Nikki Renoir, demonstration artist and trainer for Inception. Let's take an in-depth look at Twitter searches. There are lots of words and phrases and search operators that you can type into the search query field in order to narrow down your results to maybe a date range or a specific user or a hashtag. Of course, if I type in the words Donald Trump into this search query field, Inception will look for tweets that contain both Donald and Trump, not necessarily in that order. So if what I'm looking for it is an exact phrase, I would want to use my quotation marks around this exact phrase to find tweets with those words in that order. And a little bit like Google, I could also use the word or to look for either Donald or Trump. So any tweets that contain either Donald or Trump. You could also use this or operator if you are looking for tweets mentioning two different accounts. So for instance, at CNN or at BBC. That would look for any instances of tweets that contain at CNN or at BBC. This is not going to be looking for tweets from those accounts. If you want to look for tweets from a specific account, you'd type in from, a colon, and then the account name without the at symbol. So if I click search here, I'll get any tweets tweeted by at CNN. Now, if I were looking for tweets from or tweeted from CNN or from BBC, I could use both of those operators. So again, from with the colon and the account name without the at symbol, and the word or in all caps in between. And what I will get is a list of tweets that were tweeted either by CNN or by BBC, which is great if you're trying to find content from both of those accounts and you want to see it listed all in one feed. There are several other options that you can type into this search operator. Of course, you can always search for hashtags. So I can type in hashtag puppy here and get any tweet that contains that hashtag puppy. And I can continue to use my or operators, so hashtag puppy or hashtag kitten, for instance, and it will look for tweets containing one or the other. And then you can even narrow down these searches to a date range. So if I wanted to look for tweets that contained the hashtag puppy that were tweeted since a particular day. So in this case, I want to enforce a date range here. I could type in since and the colon, and then I'm going to need to put in a date here. So I want to only find tweets that were tweeted since yesterday. Put the 23rd in here with my dashes in between. So here it would be year, month, and date, and then you click search, and we'll only bring up results that included that hashtag that were tweeted since that date and time that you typed in. Similarly, you can put in enforce an end on that date range. So since we'll put a start date on that date range, or you could put an end date on that date range. So all tweets containing puppy until the 20th, perhaps, and click search. And that'll bring up a list of results using that date range. The list of options continues. You can even look for tweets that have a positive or a negative attitude. So I could type in flight with a sad smiley face and click search, and that will look for any tweets that contain the word flight with a negative attitude. You could also add in a smiley face, a happy face, and click search and look for tweets that contain a positive attitude. Those are just some of the search operators that you can use to narrow down these results that you're looking for across Twitter. Remember, you can always save these as a feed so that you can easily reference these searches in your drop-down menu for that social media platform. There is a very helpful table with a list of all of these search operators, and you can find that in our help guide. And you can get to that table just by clicking the question mark here in the search Twitter window, and we'll take you to that table in our help guide. Thanks for watching.